it's a new card, but it's not a very good one. Anyway.
Meanwhile.
Alrighty. It's time to be the bad guys again. So this weekend, Cavedan, the illustrious CEO of the Faithless Brewing podcast, took this deck to the top 8 of the Saturday challenge and something like a 16th, 17th place, something like that, on the Sunday challenge. So what are we doing here? We are playing Valki, God of Lies / Tybalt Cosmic Imposter once again. And we are playing a deck where we are intending to cascade into it as early as turn 1 on the draw. We can have Gemstone Caverns and Simian Spirit Guide. We could, in theory, have it on turn 1 on the play. Very unlikely we'd have to draw 2 Simian Spirit Guides, but it happens. What shell have we hoisted around this? Well, we're playing 16 lands plus a double-faced card that can be played as a land, so 27 lands. Seems like a lot, but it makes sense that we're playing Field of Ruin in here. And then around that, he has hung a blue-ish, control-ish, multicolored shell. And why are we doing that? Well, Teferi Time Raveler is Teferi the Mirror Breaker. So it turns out that this card shuts down all of the cascading, which makes it excellent in the mirror, and it stops most of your opponents trying to interact with your cascade combo, and it shuts down Blood Moon. So I said we were the bad guys at the beginning, Mord. Anyway, so Teferi is the answer to all of this deck's prayers. Spell Queller is an excellent Dream Team combo. These two together form a lock that can actually kind of win games on its own. Spell Queller exiles spells, and then Teferi will say that they won't be recast if the Spell Queller dies. He can also bounce the Spell Queller. The spell will not come back, and you will also get to draw a card and have your Spell Queller ready to go again. And of course, Brazen Borrower and Bonecrusher Giant sort of fill in, having some early game interaction on turn 2 for things that your opponents could put into play to either mess with you or kill you. So that's super helpful. We also have Force of Negation and 1 copy of Mystical Dispute and a hodgepodge of Hour of Promise, Omnath, Locus of Creation, and Supreme Verdict. I'm not really sure what's going on with this, other than I have played a league with this deck already. I went 4-1. I just wanted to get the feel for it. And I'll say that all of these cards are excellent at in certain board positions, in certain times. Obviously, Omnath and Supreme Verdict are awkward to cast if your colors are being messed with. Hour of Promise was very, very strong in mirrors and control situations. So, I'm not saying any of these are bad. I'm saying it's a strange split all over the place in this deck. Like 1 Silundi Visions, 1 Bonecrusher Giant. And then when we look at the sideboard, it's, almost entirely one-ofs here. We got 2 Bonecrusher Giants, which again, it's super useful against things like Aethersword Canonist or Meddling Mage or anything of that. Same with Mystical Dispute, can be good against opponent's counter magic. And then everything else is a crazy hodgepodge. Vraska is really good in mirrors, allowing you to kill opposing Teferis. Uro is just generally good against a lot of the aggro mid-range decks in the format. We have Rough Tumble in here. Again, able to do pretty good work against wide boards and creatures that are hateful. We've got Lavinia, excellent in the mirror. Now, the tech with Lavinia, and I'm not sure that you're supposed to do this, but I did do it in a match, was I took out all of my Valkis and brought in Lavinia. And this ensured that in the mirror match, as soon as I cascaded once, my Lavinia blocked out all of my opponent's further cascading. But it did leave me Valkyless. I don't really think that's what I was supposed to do with this, but it is something you can do. I did win that match, so it didn't feel like I had really sacked myself too hard in terms of strategy. I don't know that it was correct. In terms of tactics, it played out pretty well. So we're gonna hop into a league here. It's my second time going into.
Meanwhile,
I said I 4-1 the last one. I played the mirror twice. I had exactly a 50% win percentage there. And also played against Burn and Humans and Elves. How are things? Things are good. Things are good. Saturday was a little disappointing. I was glad to take the extra break and just not stream at all yesterday. I didn't mention or post about it anywhere. I just, I don't know. It was the Super Bowl Sunday. I didn't really feel like a lot of people were super, you know, keyed into being like... Turns out there was a ton of stuff going on yesterday in the world of sports. There was also some big tennis shenaniganery with Canadians apparently cleaning up. So good job, our gals and guys. And people went gaga for Brady. Well, he keeps winning Super Bowls. They weren't supposed to win. People started calling out that Holly dude. Yeah, I don't know about that. Over the weekend, Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter, has cleaned up in both Legacy and Modern, which is kind of gross. In Cascade shells in both. People are sort of pushing for either a change with Cascade or a change with the way Cascade interacts with double face cards. I'm not particularly hopeful for either. I say not hopeful, but I just don't know how you can do that without it being not great. Did I? Okay, just a little bit. I thought I had this lined up, but just a little bit. There we go. I did get my computer running smoother. There was a bunch of like McAfee and nonsense that I got rid of. McAfee wasn't active anyway, so it was just bothering me and taking up processing speed from time to time. All right, so we're on an opening with no Cascade spell. We do have a Simian Spirit Guide. We have a Silundi Visions, and we're against a Luris deck. Just Cascade into the front. Yeah, that seems to be the most likely answer if there were to be one. Yeah. I don't know how they'd word it, other than just to say that, like, modal double face cards can only be hit and cast on their front, or it checks the cost. When it hits a double face card, if you have the option to pay the other side, it checks the cost against the Cascade spell when you try to cast it. It's super wordy, but like, it would be, yeah. I mean, it's super wordy in one way or the other. Anyway, am I keeping this? I don't think so. I do feel like they're on a Thoughtseize deck, so maybe we just keep it and then hope that we pick up the Cascade spell relatively quick. We have Silundi Visions to find it. You know, I'm going to keep this. It's not great, but if we're against a Thoughtseize deck, not having the Cascade spell in my opener actually feels kind of good. Now, we're on the play. You can tell because down here it says turn 1 mana symbol, which is what I use to remind myself sometimes. But Silundi Visions also only finds instants and sorceries, so we can't actually find Ardent Plea, and I won't have the mana to cast a Violent Outburst if I use Spirit Guide for... Oh, it's hammer time. Oh, aye. Well then. Gemstone Caverns feels like a mull. Well, I don't think it's that bad. I think we're going to cast Valki here on turn 2, which is one of those things that happens from time to time. Unless we just immediately hit our Cascade spell off the top here. I could fetch... Well, so, yeah, I'm fetching the Abzan Triome, Indatha, so that I have black for Valki this turn, and then I have red and green for the Violent Outburst, and I have blue and white for the Ardent Plea, if that's what I find instead. Alright, well, we found another white mana, so that's not the worst. Let's see if we can snag a Pure Steel Paladin here. Valki, God of Lies. Come with me, child. Let me show you the way. Hey, Mr. Maple Syrup. Welcome, welcome. Dear opponent, how long is your grieving phase? Sincerely yours, your opponent. Double Pure Steel Paladin. Okay, so they don't have enough artifacts to get their free equip going. So that ain't not bad. Valki got a trickle down economics. I'll take it. We also have a Mystical Dispute live next turn that we can use to counter either their hammer, or if this turn they go hammer and Shadow Spear, then we can counter the Pure Steel Paladin next turn. So actually their hand is kind of garbage. I can see why they took so long in the mulligan. I do wonder what they'll jam here. They jam the Pure Steel. I guess that makes sense. I'm not sure. But we have Bonecrusher, we have yeah, that was a really good top deck for them. So that brings their total artifact count up to 3, which is where they want it. They don't have any mana this turn, but they will next turn. Hopefully our Mystical Dispute snags their hammer though, and then that'll buy us the time we need. All right, not the best draw, but hopefully we'll Silundi Visions into a Violent Outburst. I'm so unconvinced about the Silundi Vision. I'm just not sure that that's the right direction for this deck to be. All right, and Pure Steel is enter the battlefield, not cast. So this hasn't drawn them a card, which is good. Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Oh no! Oh my god, their draw was so insane. Oh no. Oh boy. Well, like what can I do? Oh well, we tried. Can we soak up enough? No, but we could rip the absolute perfection. We could always top deck the best possible card. How does that sound? Are we down? Hey opponent. Hey opponent. I found my thing. Combo. Good God. That was that was something. Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. And I finally have a deck where we get to use my new favorite soundbite on my computer. So if you're all ready, I would like to properly debut the Homer Yoink.
Yoink!
We're going to play Silundi Visions as a land here because next turn we can Hour of Promise and we can get our... oh my god. We can get our Field of the Dead going. Yoink! I'm leaving my Valki back just on general principles of I don't want to kill myself here. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, Inkmoth is not yet problematic. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if you could make a good graphic for Yoink. I mean, so Yoink as a word works really well, but for an emote at some point, but I don't know if you could like fit a graphic, maybe like a hand like grabbing a donut and some motion lines. Grabbing the pink donut. The classic pink donut with sprinkles. Sprinkles. Yeah. Oh, like just a little bubble. Yeah, like a little like angular stylized bubble. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But I would rather have like some kind of visual representation of the yoinking, like the Simpsons colored yellow hand grabbing the classic pink donut. Okay, so they get cranial plating. That makes sense. So they can play that now. They can activate Inkmoth, equip the plating, And Kraken for what, 6? And if they equip the Shadow Spear, 7? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit of time here. Unless they first choose to kill the Tybalt, then we'll have more time. Well, that's not the best draw. Let's grab an Ornithopter off their deck. Colossus. I mean... okay. Oh, the donuts could be for people's sub badges. How many months they've been subbed? Because you can do that. You can change the badges. Call them badges. So I can play Pure Steel and Colossus Hammer, and then draw a card. I can play Pure Steel, make Valki into a Pure Steel, play Colossus Hammer, and draw 2 cards. And hopefully, with that going on, we can have that idea for free. It's on the house. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Pay X. Yes? Oh, right, because Valki can imprint multiple creatures on itself. All right, I'd like to draw 2 cards, please. Trigger. Yes, please. Okay, so Spell Queller can chump block. Not for enough. This might be tight. I do wonder if they'll bother killing my Tybalt. Probably. If they kill my Tybalt, I might be okay. If they go straight for me with this Inkmoth Nexus, I could die next turn quite easily. Because they go boot it up, equip the plating, equip the Shadow Spear. I think it's 7 now. 6, 7. Is it 8? It's really big. Yeah, it's 8. Almost lethal. Just coming in for 7. All right. That's fair. It costs 2 to equip the Shadow Spear, so it's not surprising. And they are going to kill my Tybalt. Okay, this is good for us. This is actually good for us. Especially if they do the same thing attacking me next turn, because we'll have Spell Queller and we can kill the Inkmoth. So that may actually prove to be quite the mistake from their side. I don't have any good way to get red mana into play right now. I should play one of these Simian Spirit Guides. Next turn I can equip the hammer and kill them. That's going to be wild. Alright, so... is playing the Spirit Guide from Exile worth doing? I think so. Because they don't have any haste creatures. Spell Queller will lose flying if I equip the hammer to it. Well, the hammer's not going to kill them. All right, so I really need to trade for their creature. Is it worth fetching and shocking here? To get a Spirit Guide into play? Yeah, probably. You want a Colossus Hammer, if that's what you're looking for. I only have 1 green in play. What if I just slow roll the monkey? No, I shouldn't. I'm a monkey! Oh yeah! Give this monkey what he wants! The downside of this will be if they somehow Shadow Spear up something in the near future that's like almost big enough to kill me, but not big enough to kill... Okay. Thopter... So Spell Queller is going to trade for their Inkmoth. If I play Spell Queller now, it tips them off, and they don't necessarily swing in with the Inkmoth. But... Then they have an Ornithopter, to which they can equip Cranial Plating. I think we have to just give up the game here. Just quell that. Hey, you cut it out. I don't love that they drew a flying creature in particular there, because the Cranial Plating plus Shadow Spear would just kill me so quickly. And now they know not to attack with the Ink Moth unless they want to trade it, which I guess they could do. And then they get the Ornithopter back anyway. Oh, they get the Ornithopter back anyway. Whoops. Okay, that was a mistake. I don't know why my brain broke on that one. I suppose I could just let them attack with this and just take the hit. It won't kill me anyway. Let's see what they equip. Are they going to make it trample for 2 life, but then they gain a bunch of life? Yeah, it looks like they are. But the Shadow Spear doesn't really matter here. Well, I guess it means they're going to gain nigh infinite amounts of life. We're going to block this anyway, I'm pretty sure. It's going to suck if I can't top deck something reasonable. But we have a lot of draws that get us out of the situation, so let's just hit one of them. Yep, that'll do. Remember how I said we had a bunch of outs here? We do. We do. Go team! So we're going to fetch a Raugrin Triome at the end of this turn, and then we can equip the hammer next turn. It's a good quote. Good quote. Sack a silent clearing. Sack a silent clearing. Sack a silent clearing. Sack a silent clearing. Equips cranial plating. Resolves. Equips another thing. Okay. Not sure why they decided to do that, but I'm more than okay with it. Bye. Stomp. No. Wah, wah, wah. No creature. No creature. Not a creature. You don't have a creature. Skyclave. Whew. I mean, it's kind of scary, but not the same way a creature would have been. Wait, so if I equip Hammer this turn and smash them for 16, I don't know how many more outs they're going to have after that. I don't know, let's find out. All I know is this is about to be sweet. Put it on the monkey? Put it on the monkey. This is screenshot worthy. I think I want a bigger one too. Oh, they conceded. Got him. I think I'll title that one Ad Nauseam Players Eat Your Heart Out. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We got Wear Tear, I'm not sure if I want Rough Tumble. Rough Tumble's a little for me. I'm also not sure about Verdict. Verdict's so ambitious. We have to be careful about what we're sideboarding. I think Force is not good enough. Mystical Dispute's definitely not good. I mean, Mystical Dispute kept us alive earlier that game. They would have had double hammer and eaten us alive. But that said, I think generally speaking, it's not going to be that good. You always forget if Rough's card type? What, sorcery? Or do you expect it to be an instant? I think we can cut a Teferi because we're bringing in this stuff. And... oh, maybe Hour is a bit slow for this matchup. It's not really for this matchup. I think I'd like to leave the Omnath because it's a blocker and it draws me a card and it turbos up my mana. Although maybe Teferi's just better than Omnath. Because they don't have any haste creatures. The closest thing they have is Inkmoth. My heart says instant, but the card says sorcery. It feels like Tumble at least should be an instant, right? It's really bad. But... I mean, it is a modal card, right? And it's also from quite a while back, so I can see why it is the way it is. Oh, I have an extra slot. Sick. I don't know how I miscounted, but that's okay. I'll keep the Teferi, thank you. Probably going to get called crazy for boarding out both Verdicts, but I feel like this is okay. Maybe we get like horribly beat up in game 2 here, and I just decide like it's not worth it. But I feel like having all the spot removal is really good. No, Cave Dam top aided. I believe 7th was the official ranking, although 5th through 8th is pretty. Arkin won the Legacy Challenge playing Tybalt. 5-color greed pile Tybalt, similar to this. We have a turn 1 Valki. Or a turn 1 Tybalt. Okay. Remember how I said it doesn't happen that often? That was a lie. That, I lied to you. Well, there may be mulling for a Thoughtseize, so we might get sacked on that front. I want to exile... okay, I don't want to exile Simian Spirit Guide, that cuts me off of the turn 1. I don't want to exile the Ardent Plea, that cuts me. I think I'm just exiling a land, unfortunately, which is going to potentially come back and bite us in the ass, but I think just on general principles, we have enough lands that makes it okay. So, because I don't want my hand to get too crappy if they do have the Thoughtseize, which I'm assuming is what they mulled to. So let's just dodge one Thoughtseize. Or counteroffer, whatever they take, I just draw an extra copy of it. Good old Thoughtseize bug. But I mean, our Cascade spells are red-green and blue-white, right? Like... yeah. Alright. That's okay. We got a game coming. We got a game in front of us. So the question is, what do they take? That was not the right take, opponent. That, yeah. I'm very suspicious. But I mean, I don't not get Tybalt. Mindbreak Trap does not work against this deck. It works against Tybalt's Trickery, but it doesn't work against this deck. So he was hoping that's what they have, I guess. The question is, do I bother... If I do get Tybalt, do I take their Ornithopter? Because if they have Sigarda's Aid Hammer, they can kill my dude. Yeah. I mean... Yeah, we cast the Thopter immediately. Hey, it's a blocker! And it'll up my artifact count for when I steal their next Pure Steel Paladin. Yeah. And I drew this. I know that they don't know I have this, but this is the land I wanted to fetch anyway, so white, blue, 1. Alright. I'm gonna exile the Thopter. We're gonna play conservatively here, because I just don't feel any need to throw away this game on not having... Because, like, Tybalt starts plussing by 2 every turn and drawing us more answers for stuff. And we have a Spell Queller in our hand, so, like, not sure what this is all about.
That's so ratchet.
I hear cards exiling, but I think that was the sound of my cards getting revealed. Wow, we dug deep. Look how far we had to go for a Tybalt. 47 cards deep in our deck to find the first Valki God of Lies. Interesting. Oh, Ardent Plea, by the way, also becomes surprisingly relevant a lot of the time.
Yoink.
Huh, I didn't know Tybalt said gain control of target creature or artifact. Wild. Consider paying them for 1. Yeah, man. But more importantly, when you have creatures in the mirror match, the Ardent Pleas definitely... Aha! Okay, I see. We've got lots of answers for that. Not in our hand right now, but... This now makes sense. What's up, Zandy Mandy? We're kicking butt with Cave Dan's monstrosity. I was flailing around like an idiot in a league earlier today, and I still managed to... Back in the bad time zone? What, West Coast? West Coast. I have found out that I have a preference for West Coast, East Coast rap. And the answer is West. West is best. I'm not saying I don't like any East Coast rap songs, but just generally speaking. Tired of being traveling for 12.5 hours. I know that feel, dog. Starting and ending every... Well, starting most contracts was... usually hilariously short. Whenever I'd go start a cruise ship contract, it would usually be like 2 hours to get to Florida, plus the, like, I don't know, like an hour and a half to go to the airport, and then like 30 minutes once I arrived there. 30-40 minutes. Okay, Stoneforge. So that's... I'm gonna give her the business. Florida. Yeah, we go to Florida, Roy. Florida. So I could get any color I want with this, but I would like to have green. And can I cast Omnath with my mana? Yeah, I can. All right. The most taxing spell in the deck is Omnath, by far. Spell Queller. Yoink.
Yoink.
Oh no, that's fine. I have enjoyed in most of my listening. It just seems to be the case that West Coast is where it's at for me. Okay, well, I could Ardent Plea into a Valki, which is probably worth doing, and it also would have been worth doing before combat. I could also do it to get a 5 loyalty Tybalt, but I think I'm going to do it to get a Valki, just in case they have something in their hand that I want to rid them of. I know they're eventually going to have a Lurrus, which obviously would be really good to snag with that, but we'll just see what they have now. Because I wanna mess with them as best I can right now. Stoneforge. The rest of their hand is a Shadow Spear and Thoughtseize. So I could turn Valki into a Stoneforge right now by playing Gemstone Caverns and sacking a land. That's not so worth it for me right now. Not so worth it. Whoa, hold on. Did they forget about Dr. Dre, or did they think Dr. Dre stopped being Dr. Dre? Because these are different issues. Because I believe it was that people stopped remembering that Dr. Dre was in fact Dr. Dre. And then he had to come out with a track and remind people that he was in fact still Dr. Dre. No, I know songs too. My point was, still Dre. I don't know anything about it, but I believe. Oh, yeah. No, I know, but I didn't think the joke was. I thought the song was about him still being like relevant at the time. I thought the song was about him still being relevant, not him existing. Like, I'm sure people knew he still existed, but he had to tell people that he was still Dr. Dre. He wasn't birth name. Marshall Mathers? That's Eminem. Oh, Madonna? That's not even her birth name. Stephen Hawking? That's not... Stop it. Given name, Doctor. Yeah. Oh no, Batu Tinha. Ooh, alright, so gonna be against a very good player. So this Gemstone Caverns. This Gemstone Caverns is no good. We don't have enough mana. It's not a bad hand other than that. Better lucky than good. I'm really tempted to actually keep this, because, like, turn 1, Indatha Triome gets me most of the way there in terms of my mana, and then we can use Valki to scout their hand. Also, potentially grab an Uro and start beating them with it. I don't know, let's just get lucky. I'm up all night to get. You know I'm down for good. I can feel Roy's judgment emanating through the stream. I also think the reward is high enough. Like, this hand is very, very good, other than the lack of mana. And, like, we are playing, like, 27 mana sources. If I get Indatha Triome, if we rip a Spirit Guide, we can Cascade right now. Never didn't have it. We do want to watch out for Force of Negation, but this is going to give us the shape of the land. I knew it was a risky keep. Like, I never said otherwise. Oh, I see. Hustle. Okay. So Spell Queller is going to be a banger this game. So we can get our Tybalt down before... Yeah, okay, so Valki hits nothing. So we can get our Tybalt down before they can be ready for it. Unless they literally top deck the Force right now. Is this the mirror? No, because they're playing Cryptic Command. They are playing a version of this deck, but not this version of this deck. Alright, I want blue-red here. Because red, green, blue, white. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no. Valky's fine. Valky is very reasonable. The question is, do I want to get a Tybalt down this turn, or do I want to Spell Queller their Teferi? If I Spell Queller their Teferi and then get a Tybalt down, how much better is that for me? And if they play nothing, we just EOT Violent Outburst. If they Ardent Plea, I cannot stop their Tibalt. So we're gonna Outburst and just main phase mine. Yeah, that's why we're doing that. Well, no, 7 mana Tibalt is 3 mana. You need 3 mana to cast the Tibalt. So again, I should have done the Ardent Plea pre-combat, but it's fine. All right, no force, please. Okay. Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter. It's too because you cascade into it. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! That's a good card in the matchup. All right. All right, opponent, would you also like a Tibalt, or would you prefer Teferi? It's your choice. It's your choice. Hi, Jiggy. Dr. Combo's here. So, Dr. Combo, is it time for all of our viewers to crack each other's skulls open and feast on the goo within? Goo inside? Goo inside? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll give you a few cogent reasons why. Jaya's Immolating Inferno. I don't understand exactly what that would do here, but I'm all for it. All right, let's see what we draw. All right, we hit a Force of Negation. This is sick, by the way, because you can pitch cards from your hand to cast this for free. The way it's worded, that totally works. We also have Spell Queller, so this is feeling really good for us. And we've got the incredible board presence of Valki. I'm going to shock that. Crack their Tibalt for 3. Can't play the Omnath. Can play the Omnath next turn. Blue, red, green, white. Yeah. Probably won't, though, because these Quellers are just beta. Mo beta. Yeah. And then we have Force Negation up too. Jesus. The one of the frustrating things about Tibalt is so they've exiled this field, right? There's nothing that tells me that these cards are the cards they can play. They hit all lands. Today's league brought to you by Turn 3 Questing Beast. And support from viewers like you. Spending any color of mana. Oh, right. Sure, yeah, yes, correct. Spend mana as though it were of any color. True, but Spell Queller is still better to hold up here, I think. OP fetches on my upkeep. Okay. What? Oh, they're gonna Cryptic bounce my Tibalt. J'ai mal compris. I have misunderstood. Well, opponent, you are not going to like this, but we are to cast Spell Queller and eat your cryptic command. Why did they let us untap? They wanted to make sure I couldn't force for free. Because they have Cryptic into Teferi. That's why. But what they didn't realize, and never will, is that I had Spell Queller into Force. Well, they know about the Force. What? Oh, I played it this turn. Doy. Jeez dingus. Alright. Slowly whittling down their Tibalt. I could -8 my Tibalt and then have a small amount of mana. That's probably not worth it. Violent Outburst. There's a Misty Rainforest. Perfect. Alright. Alright. Next turn we can use Violent Outburst to kill their Tybalt. It's brilliant! You reject your own nose because it shows the glitter of commercialism. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, I want to watch that movie again. So funny. Ron Howard's Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. I appreciate that movie. I really do. Brilliant. You play the Tybalt deck to get the Tybalt deck back. Oh. Oh. Things I did not think of. Yeah. That's a good one. Alright. Cryptic Online. Yeah. Well played, opponent. I get to bounce my Tybalt and draw a card. But their Tybalt went down for it, so I'm not terribly upset. And I have their Omnath now. So, you know. Seems good. Seems alright. That's one explanation of Jim Carrey. I was not expecting that. That is a way to describe a human being, I guess. Wow. I wonder how Jim feels about that one. I'm not okay. He's got like the ultimate voice for thanks, I hate it. Okay, so we could play Omnath, play a land, fetch a land, get the extra mana, and then put Tybalt into play again, or play Hour of Promise. I'm not actually sure which line is better. We know they have Cryptic, so if they leave all their mana up, they could tap down our boys. Boils and ghouls, the zombies. I think at this point we could just like start heavily pressuring them. Also, if I Hour of Promise, we will smash their life total with Omnath as well, assuming it resolves. Bill Burr does have a good one as well. Bostonian is a whole other class of obnoxious. So that pays white, blue, red, green, blue. Omnath, Locus of Creation. Trigger. Okay. Play a land. Trigger. Fetch a land. Get a tap land if I want to. I don't need one extra mana anywhere here. Nope. Land trigger. And then play Hour. And we get field and a tap land. Oh, my field's in exile. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They forced it anyway. It's all good. I think my field's in exile. Yeah, there it is. And they can play it. Well, shoot. Things I realized too late. Oh, well. What's the worst that could happen? Teferi, Tybalt. Oh, yeah, that. We'll still have our Valki in play, though, in theory. There's no way they'll go after him. Am I down to one Valki in my deck? No, this is the Tybalt that got bounced. We could also hard cast it next turn if I get a black mana going. Oh, I have a black mana. I could just hard cast Tybalt next turn. Wild. Okay, so this is probably Teferi. Plays the field, sure. Now plays Teferi. Oh, Udo. Okay, they're getting zombies. Yeah, the mirror matches are fun because it feels like you're on fair footing, right? Like nobody's doing anything that they shouldn't be doing here, right? We're both doing things that are obnoxious and stupid. Yeah, it's the Deathrite Shaman problem. Yeah, this is totally fine. It feels like a so-so control mirror. Exactly. It's a control mirror that's like actually more exciting than it would normally be, I think. And this is the Teferi. Oh, it's Ardent Plea. Okay. Oh, and they're gonna exile the Omnath and take it back because I think this is their Omnath. I'm pretty sure of it. Them having my field is so bad. Oh man. I think they take the Omnath here. I don't think they plus. I think they plussed? That's crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy, dude. Wild. Oh, what did they get? Gemstone Caverns and an Omnath. Oh, I think they're on the like canister version, which is a lot more sort of fair spells. Okay, so this is not the best. We get double Violent Outburst here. Each time taking away a zombie. And then attack for 3/5? No, 4/6? We could almost kill them with that. If I could get extra land drops somehow, that would be great, but I already lost the Hour Promise. Yeah, I have two Valkys in my deck, for sure. All right, gain 4, sure. I mean, we're not dying anytime soon. Green, red, 1. So let's go get a Tybalt, see if it resolves. And then I guess we'll figure our shit out from here. Tybalt, Cosmic Impulsor. Force. Oh, there was a force. Well, it's not exactly what I wanted. Let's do it again. Hold on now, I'm going to do it again. Woohoo! So what if I remove one of their zombies, then their Tybalt gets hit for 4? It's not great. Does Valki copy the name? He does do, yeah. Also, we don't know that there's an Omnath in their hand, if that's what you were interested in. But if I exile one of these zombies, it doesn't get me very far. Ah, sucks. God, this sucks. Plus my Tybalt. Got Mana Monkey and Flooded Strand. Sweet. Let's hack their Tybalt. We lose our Valki here, that's fine. Valki, imprint Dr. Dre. But he's still Valki. He's not, though. Not only does he get their name, he does, right? But he doesn't have the ability anymore to change what he is, which is very strange. Usually those kind of shapeshiftery style cards. Yeah, he also gets their social insurance number. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very unusual cloning ability, copying ability, shapeshifter ability. It's not that's not how they usually do these. Usually they want you to be able to use it over and over again. Cryptic, huh? Okay. I guess that's an option. Okay, yeah. Even Batu Tinha doesn't know how to sequence this deck. You guess it stops weird loops? Does it? Like, what are you concerned about? Like, make Valki into this creature and, like, tap it and then make him into a different creature that untaps and then turn him back into the first creature? Like, I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's just they had too much text on it already. I think they just don't like consistent formatting. That could be it. Well, we could make it the same, but what if we didn't, though? What did they do there? Okay, they just exiled my Omnath with their Tibble. Okay. They cast it. Yeah. Play. Yeah, Scalding Turn. Okay, we're in huge trouble. Yeah, I think he's just got so much text on him already, right? Yeah. Mystic Sanctuary definitely helps them go over the top of us here. But I'm gonna stand by the what's wrecking us this game is the fact that they stole our Field of the Dead. Totally my accident, but you know, that's what these matches will boil down to a lot of the time. Happy little accident. That's right. Oh shit, they did the triple trigger for their Omnath, so our Tibalt just got smacked down. I don't have any fetch. Oh, I do have a fetch land in exile. So I could exile their Omnath, play the Omnath, play the fetch land, fetch, and then hard cast a new Tibalt to not be able to win this game. I'm scooping this one up. I don't think we can come back from this. Yeah, the Cryptics in this matchup were too good. They just had them plus multiple Mystic Sanctuaries, and we couldn't get through it. So I like their version a lot. Okay, so Bonecrusher's not good here. Vraska is, though. Probably need Udo. Where'd you go? He's in the deck. Oh, for the love of... Do you ever rebuying Valki with KCOM? I think the KCOM's to rebuy Lavinia, if you bring in the Lavinia. I would think that's what that's for. These mystical disputes. So these don't fight them cascading, but they do fight them in general. This is good. Oh, this is good in this matchup. It's not normally that good against these decks, but in this matchup it is. Okay, Brazen Borrower is good. Force is good. Oh, man. Spell Queller should be good. It's actually not great. Maybe we're supposed to do something like this. Not cutting any Teferis for sure, not cutting any... Last time I played this matchup, the thing that I did was the Lavinia strategy, where I boarded out all of my Valkis for the Lavinia, but I don't actually think it was the right thing to do. Okay, so Mystical Dispute and Spell Queller are okay. And in theory, we could Unmoored Ego them before they Cascade their first thing, except I don't have any black mana. This hand's no good. This hand is spectacularly risky. $26 land deck. All right. Down a game. It's desperation time. Nope. All right. Opponent also mulligan, so we may have a chance here. Especially if they go for a turn 2. Nope. No such luck. And our Cascade spells are neither of these are Violent Outburst, so no freebies here. Sorry, what I meant was Violent Outburst is good in this matchup because you can play it on your opponent's upkeep to stop, to dodge Force of Negation, which they could do to us here. We could pitch Simian Spirit Guide to hardcast the Force of Negation. Hopefully we won't have to do that. Jam your Teferi, opponent. Nope. All right. Shoot. All right. If I Spirit Guide for anything right now, and then they... No. We're in that problematic situation in Control Mirrors where we've missed the first land drop, and now they will feel very comfortable to do nothing for a while, and then just force us to make the first mistake. All right. Now that I have that, does that change anything? No, we needed to be up a turn. Now we need to get lucky on the way that the next sequence goes out. No Violent Outburst from either team so far. Oh, he's too smart. Batu Tinha is just too smart. I mean, we got to jam now. Otherwise, we're discarding the hand size. There's no reason not to. So we're going to jam our first Ardent Plea here. I've got red, green, and I have blue, white. So I don't need anything here for future turns, but I don't yet have access to... No, I've got red and black. So I think I'm just getting a basic. I have double blue covered already. Do I have green black? I don't have green black. Got it. Okay. So do they play any 5-drops Quellers? I don't know. I don't know their exact list. None of these. I mean, we're playing 1 hour of Promise. They could have something like that, but I don't know. It pretty much hits everything that's relevant, except for Tibalt Cosmic Imposter. So I would like to play this card, please. Just a rough draw here. Gonna bounce it in with the Cascade on the stack. Yep. More? What more? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, no. Wait, what? Are they getting ready for a mystical dispute? Do they want to aggressively fetch to play this Brazen Borrower? I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it. I'd say they were getting the F6 equity, but like that's clearly not true. Oh, Mord. If I'm gonna have you for a guest on the stream to do the whole thing, which I would like to do, if you stream it to the Discord, I can stream that on my stream. We should play something that's like mildly memey but mildly good. So I haven't decided yet. Mord, don't worry about it, but it's gonna be something fun. Like, I'm not gonna make you play something god awful where you're just gonna suffer for 5 matches. Like, come on, that'd be stupid. I think we should do it together, and we'll play something fun and good, and fun. Okay, so with the Violent Outburst in our hand, now we can go off at their end step and then go off on our turn, which is maybe going to be good enough here. So we're going to discard one of these Ardent Pleas now. Scred red. Retreat to Coral Helm versus Force Negation. Yeah, that's a choice. Of course, our opponent got there first. So I have to hard cast Force of Negation here. It's the only thing I'm going to be able to do. So I guess I should have just played Teferi this turn, because this would have gotten them to... No, not really. Yeah, we're just screwed. We just drew everything in the wrong order. It's all good. Yeah. Over nice and quickly. All right. Same thing happened the last time I played this deck. I hit the mirror match, and one of the mirror matches I just got 2-0'd. I mean, there is a lot of play to this matchup, but it's also very volatile. I have to assume the 5-color Omnath or the 4-color, the Uro Omnath matchups are often the same, where like one player has Growth Spiral into Uro, into Omnath, or whatever their ideal sequence is, and the other person, you know, has the Force of Negation on the Growth Spiral, and then just like Teferi and just gets ahead of them and just eats them alive. The first game was pretty amazing though. It was a shame we lost our Field of the Dead, but they didn't know we only had one. Yeah, you know, I can't draw perfectly in every match. We had a sick draw in the first match already. We have we have extra mega ultra turn 1 Tybalt here. This is not an okay hand. This hand is disgusting. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing it. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not keeping this. I mean, yeah, if we get forced on turn 1, we actually are not out of it. Although, should I upkeep it? I don't think this hand is that good. I think this hand is that sweet. We upkeep it. No, we upkeep it. The only thing that beats us here is Force of Negation. The only thing that beats us is Force of Negation. So let's just dodge it. And then nobody has a turn 1 answer for Tybalt. And then we draw 2 extra cards per turn. There's no reason to blow this hand. There's no reason to blow it. Like, would it be great? Sure. The lack of balls. I like your balls. You have balls. I like balls. Commandeer. Commandeer is something that people are doing now. The arms race continues. I mean, the arms race has only barely begun, to be fair. Let's see if our opponent concedes without showing us anything. This is technically turn 1. I mean, it's technically not turn 1, but it's like we put it in their upkeep. We could have put it in our turn, but I played around the Force of Negation. Oh, it's burn. Okay, no, it's not burn. Blue Moon. Oh, it's is it Blitz? Okay. Okay. Okay, they can kill my Tibble relatively quickly. I hope they don't have a mutagenic growth. Then I'm gonna get fucked. Gut shot. Okay, they're gonna put it to 1. That's 1 is not none. Man, that really sucked. No, see, this is what we're talking about. Like this deck is not unbeatable at all. Is it good? Yeah, for sure it's good. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying this is 100%. We flipped a Wild Slash. That's kind of great, and I can play it for any color, and we have Mystical Dispute, so let's just take this down now. And then we've got Mystical Dispute to hopefully disrupt whatever they do, and then we can get another Tibalt now. Yeah. Back up!
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
The Luck Streamer. Alright, that is not what I was hoping to see here, but alright. Absolute super genius. You think they're gonna be mad when I get another Tibalt? I think they're gonna be mad. Bobble. That's not enough yet. We need more. Lightning Bolt. That'll do it. They also get to split it up nicely. That sucks. Okay. You got him. Yo, you've been commandeering for years. This boy knows what's up. Land, please. Land, please. Land, please. Would like a land, please. You can't be mad if you're dead. I feel like a lot of Moto players I've run into would disagree with you. So, do I burn a Tibalt on exiling this? I did say land. The problem is I don't want to shock. So, but I think I have to shock anyway. I think I go shock this, exile. No, I can't exile the Spirit Guide because then I won't have. Play land first to hold a dispute. Well, I want to have the Spirit Guide in case I have to cast the Violent Outburst next turn. But the other question is like, if I put the Tibalt in, am I plussing it or am I minusing it to get their Swiftspear off the board? Getting the Swiftspear off the board is like really feels really good. Just shock and kill the spear. All right, Jiggy knows how he wants me to play this game. Plus and flip removal. Yeah, like we have another one. I'm just. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We do get the Swiftspear as a blocker now, too.
Yoink.
No, there's a lot of stuff going on, dude. There's a lot of stuff going on. This deck is stupid. Opponent's got 4 cards. We're unlikely to die, especially they've already lost 2 Swiftspears. I like them tapping too. This is good. I like it. Yeah, you get an emblem per Tibble. Oh, for the love of... Come on, man! 3rd Swiftspear. Oh, man. That's a tilt. All right. So this time I have to exile a Spirit Guide, which means I get to keep up Mystical Dispute here, which is not great, but it's something. Black doesn't really do anything for me in my deck. So this time we're going to go Violent Outburst, and we're going to plus our Tibalt. Another one. Should I plus my Tibalt, or should I just get rid of the Sprite Dragon? Probably should just get rid of the Sprite Dragon, huh? Just follow the road that got us here? Not going to minus and make a blocker. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I see. I don't know, I just... Now I don't have a backup Tibalt, so if this one dies, we're up a creek, and then we only have one more. Like, our board has not developed well. Like, we're really at actual, factual, fair parity. I can't even cast this Spell Queller because my mana is so bad right now. Like, this is a scary draw from them. I'm not saying I don't like the blocker, I just... sucks. Triple Swift Spear draw plus the Sprite Dragon. So many haste creatures. Like, at some point I was expecting them to play a Soulscar Mage. But that's all good. Like, clearly we're doing fine here. Just... Yeah, I was expecting Stormwing somewhere. I was thinking Stormwing was coming in last turn after the Manamorphose, but I think a lot of these decks are off Stormwing because it's a little bit too slow sometimes in these kind of matchups. Stormwing Entity is the... Yeah. Well, like, I expect the Tibalt to die. If I ever minus the Tibalt, I expect it to die. The problem is, I also expect it to die if I plus it. Like, 7 is not enough. 8 is enough, but 7 is not enough. Alright, now we're in real trouble on mana. But we've got Mystical Dispute, so... No, Dispute never was going to save us here. Hopefully it'll finally do some work somewhere. It's been race them with your Cascade. Exalted. I think I'd rather try to hold out. I think I'm chumping here because there's a good chance they have Light Up Stage in their hand. I don't love chumping there, but like they didn't give me a blue spell to counter, so I don't get to have nice things. Fetch land, please. Fetch land, please. Okay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. Could I have disputed this last turn? Did I have all my mana up and I just didn't use it? I'm a really smart Magic the Gathering player. So Teferi can bounce Ardent Plea, by the way, and that gets us another Tibalt. I didn't miss it? Okay. Yeah, there's 4 Valkis in this deck. This deck has 4. Full boat. Which you frequently need. I mean, not frequently, but occasionally. That's Light Up Stage, yeah. Trigger. Trigger. And... Nope. Delicious. Spell Pierce. Okay. Why not? Oh God. Boo. Oh, that's all kinds of not okay. Come on now. All right, so they're drawing 1 card next turn. Well, okay, but they're drawing 1 card next turn. What are the chances that they don't have a burn spell? Because Spell Queller can eat the Sprite Dragon, and then if they don't have a burn spell as their 1 card draw for the turn, then Spell Queller comes down and gets to block. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Can we cast the bubble? No, that's not how that works. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had a good draw. What are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're fighting it out, man. Whew. They showed me they don't have a 1 damage spell. Like, opponent, you could have had Lava Dart. You could have had Gut Shot. You could have had... Oh, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? You know what? That's how you want to play it. That's fine with me. It's fine with me. Alright? No judgment. Oh, well. Okay, then. Go get Tybalt plus Tybalt. Try to find white source for Teferi. White, blue, colorless. A woohoo! A woohoo! This time we are definitely plussing. Definitely plussing the last one. I cannot... I mean, I could lose this last one, but it would make winning this game really difficult. Would you like to draw in response, opponent? They did not. So this is instant and sorcery only, huh? Yeah. And unfortunately, the way I got my duder was an enchantment. Okay. Okie dokie. Strap yourselves in, folks, because we could die right now. We've fought hard. They've fought hard. This is an actual game of both teams fought hard. So, you think I'm dead? I agree. It's very likely I'm dead. Let's find out. This is gonna be Manamorphose. Yep. So, big trouble already. But they didn't start with Bolt. So they have the Manamorphose, and they didn't start with Bolt on the Spell Queller. So that seems good. Opt. Sure. And they've got red up. So, tap land. Okay. Tap land. Okay. Respect. Lava Dart targeting me. Okay. So they're getting through for 5. So they can put me to 1. And I am forced to block with Spell Queller. But we're not dead yet. Exactly. Not dead yet. I feel happy. Wait a minute. Maybe that's my brain shutting down. So, plus Tybalt. And if I can somehow get their board off Swiss Spear. And a fetch land that I don't need. So I can bounce their Soulscar Mage. I can put a Swift Spear into play to block something. All right, let's see what this gets for me. Oh, we have a zombie. Oop. All right, need a blue. Right. Eat Sprite Dragon, start making zombies. Yeah, that could have been the right play. Bouncing Soulscar Mage. I don't know exactly what I was thinking I was going to do with this line of nothing. Oh, why was I thinking I was going to find an instant or sorcery? Also, like, why did I think I could find anything useful off their deck? So they still have a Lava Dart. I can play a Swift Spear to block. Even if I get to block, I'm taking at least 3. So we're just dead. Okay. Close one. Very close one. The keep was good. Game was good. Not really worth noting, but if you want to be picky about it, we would have been better off playing the turn 1 Tybalt on our turn. I think on average, the way Modern is currently set up, that it's probably a good idea not to. But, you know, you told me. You did. Just gotta go for it. I don't agree. I just don't agree. I don't agree, and I'm probably not gonna agree, so. I just don't, I'm not comfortable doing that. It's not really what this deck is about. At least I don't think so. Maybe I should be playing the Cryptic deck if that's the way I'm going to think about the game, but... I might want Mystical Dispute to try to force through Tybalt's. I want these Verdicts, though. I kind of want Uro and Omnath. Because I don't really need Vraska. She's just going to get picked off pretty easily. And I don't. Queued into 4 Shadow decks and went 0-4-4-8. Yikes. Shadow be like that. Yeah. Well, it was like when I was playing the Tybalt's Trickery deck, and we ran into 4 Tybalt's Trickery decks in the second league, and 3 in the first one. Vorinclex is pretty hot, though. Nice. Good to hear. All right. How good is Bonecrusher actually, though? It should be good. Brazen Borrower also should be good. There's Teferi that needs to be shaved a little bit. Is Lavinia good? I don't think so. It's just too easy for them to have a non-free spell to kill her. And she gets in the way of cascading into Tybalt. So I don't think so. Yeah, well, this is certainly slower than our first hand, huh? Turn 3 Cascade, turn 4 Cascade. And this can't be good enough. And we don't have any interaction. I mean, we get to have like our ideal mana setup. Maybe they'll be scared and mulligan aggressively. Or maybe they'll have a perfect hand and crush us. Lavinia's only opponents. No, Mord, we can hit Lavinia when we cascade. Which we do not want to do against this deck. I would like to draw Lavinia against this deck, but if I'm paying a 3-mana spell against blue-red prowess, I would like it to hit my Tybalt, please. Hitting a Lavinia is not good enough against this deck. It's very good in the mirror match. No, that's not what I meant it to do. All right, it's gonna be fine. It's all good in the hood. All good. If I get Raugrin Triome, sorry, if I get the Jeskai Triome and the Abzan Triome, I have red, green, and I have blue, white. Yeah. Sure. I'll end up with double white. I did not bring in Skyclave. So Indatha, and then this one gets Raugrin. I think that's fine. So the overlapping color is white on these two. Or I can get Zagoth, and then I have white. This is not white. Zagoth and Raugrin. This is Sultai and Jeskai. Again, we're not missing any colors. This is putting me on double. But double white is fine because we have Supreme Verdict, right? Do I? Am I smart? Okay. So that is the way we want to go. So Indatha, Abzan, and Jeskai. We have red, green, we have, yeah, okay. So if I Cascade into a Tybalt now, we eat their Sprite Dragon, we force them to use other spells to kill our Tybalt, whereas if I Teferi, it doesn't really help us out much right now. I mean, it does shut down their instant speed removal and stuff, or counter magic interaction, but bouncing Sprite Dragon and just have it come right back down and kill Teferi is not really a plan. That could be good if I hit more mana. I will do the sorcery speed one, I guess. Oh, also I could just play Teferi and bounce the Ardent Plea for card advantage next turn, depending on what they do. So that could be a plan. Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. Bloop. I so much feel like I should be plussing him a lot of the time here, because then they have to spend like a lot more burn spells plus the creature to kill him. Like right now he dies to basically everything, but we'll see. They draw off Fiery Islet. Oh, that's not good for them. Just Bolt? Opponent is struggling. Wild Slash. I was trying to think. Did they play Wild Slash against us in a previous game? They did. That's crazy. Well, this sucks. No, let's put down a Tybalt. Tybalt on a blank board. That's what we like to see, baby. That's what we like to see. Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. Now I'm here, the party can begin. I feel like you could have more of a Joker voice. Now I'm here, the party can begin. Oh, you're so thoughtful. Sprite Dragon. Oh, just dispute this one, huh? Let's fire off the dispute when they've given me an actual spell to fire it off on, huh? Yeah, Mark Hamill Joker voice. Surely Tybalt has a voice line in Arena. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I haven't heard it yet, but he would do. I'm getting a basic here because I don't really want to shock. But I'm happier with it in my head, because like the thing with Arena that weirds me out, and like, I mean, it makes sense because they had to make some kind of choice, obviously. But like, you have certain planeswalkers and stuff where it's like they're British, and then the other one it's like they're American, but they're from the same plane. What? What's his name? Domri Raid sounds like a British punk, which is just such a weird choice to, like, it makes sense on the character, but it's just one of those things where you go, so the okay, I guess. Space Britain. I mean, Ravnica Britain. Yeah, he's from London. Not England. Sorry, London Ravnica. I think he has some lines where he's like, "Yeah, let's give him a thrashing." And it's like, okay, bud. All right then. Do I dare listen? Of course I dare listen. We'll find out. So we've got turn 1 Bonecrusher. Alright. Oh, yeah, no, I knew there was a Tibble before. They all have a lot. I should probably mulligan this hand, huh? But what if we just draw into everything we need? And I start with 2 mana and a Bonecrusher Giant. Because I've already got 1 gemstones into another gemstones. Yeah, the War of the Spark had 1, that's right. Yeah, it did, in standard. Oh, no! Oh, that's not how that works. Gemstone Caverns doesn't know how stupid it is. Or how I am. Alright. Well, we're starting at a mulligan to 6. Which I guess is not too bad. Just giving our opponent a fighting chance. Alright. Feel that that's not going to matter in this matchup. No! Why does it make me do 2? Oh, no! It makes you do it? Oh, my God. Oh, well. Be careful, kids. I've never done that before. I got distracted by opening and closing that video because I was talking about bullshit. All right. Fuck, man. All right. Well, this card was not going to be great. Yeah. I am aware Gemstone Caverns is legendary. Played with it many times. That is not normally the mistake I make with that card. I do usually make a mistake with that card, but it's not that one. Alright, well, opponent led on nothing, so that's okay. I mean, we didn't really lose cards that I feel horribly about not having in the earliest part of the game. So, I mean, we're not dead. The first creature they deploy should eat it to my Bonecrusher. Because it doesn't seem like they're playing a lot of free spells. It feels like they're just playing as many 1-mana spells as they can. Alright. Just trying to give my opponent a fighting chance here. That's all that was. That's all that was. Well, I could stop this. I'm going to wait until they crack their land at the end of my turn. Because I think they're going to do it. Because that's what I need them to do. Dear opponent, do it. Rats. Should mutagenic plus gutshot? Did they? I thought this was the opponent who was playing Wild Slash. Did they have all of that? I suppose they could. Holy crap, this hand sucks. Alright, we're just going to cycle this Triome. Opponent's not tapping down for nothing. Opt. That's fine. They're not getting damage out of it. I'll take it. Cycle, Triome, double pitch, Spirit Guidance. Stop. The double Spirit Guide could be okay if we draw Omnath. Ooh, opponent's getting sassy now. Pre-combat opt. Look at you. Mr. Fancy Pants over there. With your... missing your combat step. Alright, whatever. Opponent has been thrown off by our initial failure. Good, good. It is as it should be. Stupid game. Unreal. I love it. I love it. Lightning Bolt. It's not a creature. Plus Mystical Dispute, if I draw a Cascade spell now, it's probably about to be a big deal. The next time I have an opportunity to try to kill this Soulscar Mage, we may do that. Oh, no. We drew it up perfectly like I said we would. Never mind me. Don't mind me. Talking nonsense over here. Talking nonsense. Okay. Coming in for 1. Yeah. All right. Fine. You got it. All right, so if I put the Tybalt in now, they can spew off a bunch of burn spells on it, but that's true even if I put it in on my turn. But if I put it in now, then I'll get to untap my mana for whatever I draw with it. So, and one assumes what's actually about to happen here is they're going to try to counter it, which I have a Mystical Dispute for. Yeah, Spell Pierce was something I was expecting. They'll surely have Mystical Dispute or something. Spirit Guide twice and Dispute if they try to super... Oh, I could have pitched for the Spell Pierce. If they have a Mystical Dispute now, if they dispute my dispute, we can let it resolve and then pay for the Spell Pierce? Interesting. So it really matters what they try to counter here. And with what? Okay. That, yeah, this works. This works in my favor. Yeah, this is fine, this is fine. But we got an extra counter out of their hand this way, which I guess is not, like, super helpful or anything like that, but... Okay, so no. 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 Yes. Okay, so these are mana abilities. So let's just do this now anyway. Hey, opponent. How do you feel about this? Nah, I'll pay for it. What if I pay for it? Hey, opponent. Hey, opponent. What, you think I don't have the mana? What, you think you're better than me? What, like you have mana? Oh, please bolt it. Please bolt it angrily. If you want the other line, you can use Jerry. Fight, 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 fight. That's the one. All right. Plus. Their brain must be exploding. It certainly felt like that was a significant grieving pause. Yes. I felt their pain. And it was delicious. Blue. I don't know, white? No, I want a red in here. I have a white if I need it. Draw Misty. All right, not super helpful. I can stomp and then cast Bonecrusher. I want to keep my life total as high as possible, but stomp. Stampy, stampy. Oh. Cascade. I mean, we can do that, but they're interested in killing this Valki, so we'll get to that, but not yet. Sure. And then okay, I'm gonna shock this, unfortunately, to cast the Bonecrusher. It sucks to take the 2. We would have to take 1 otherwise, though. And if we draw our Omnath, this is, you know, the nuts. So we're pretty well set up to drain their resources heavily into our Tybalt here. And then Valki getting you 10 life is pretty good. Yeah, I think so. It's all right. It's not bad. Not bad. It could be more depending on how the damage breaks, right? Like, if they have to go, like, Sprite Dragon Bolt here, he actually gains us an extra 1. Oh, look, Sprite Dragon. Yes, and? Opt. That's not good enough. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Come on, baby. Stay on target.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Every time this thing lives, it's just gross. Oh, and Bonecrusher off the top. Oh. Now we have the Stormwing. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Oh no. Oh, it's all gone so horribly wrong for you, opponent. Oh no. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. These are my top 2 cards. Let's put Gemstone on the bottom. Mystical Dispute on the top. Play Misty. We would prefer not to fetch on this turn cycle. Just leave the Bonecrusher back. I need to get the Kronk quote from Emperor's New Groove. I do have another Emperor's New Groove quote.
Boom, baby!
Most appropriate when casting the card Boom on the split card Boom Bust. The instant for storming. The instant that we definitely had for Stormwing. That instant. Guess that instant! Got it. Sprite Dragon. I've got a big blocker. He's thick. No attack. Whoa! OP swinging out. I will gladly trade everything on this board for everything on your board, plus some cards in your hand. My dad grew up with Kronk's voice. No way! He's just a good actor in general. Plays Joe on Family Guy. Played David Putty on Seinfeld. Oh, neat! Look at you. All right, so they've got Labadart. Yeah, okay. So that means the Sprite Dragon trades for the store. Oh, there's a Soul Scar Mage. Right, okay. So they can actually eat my whole board right now. But they have to sack a mountain and take 2 damage, so. Not too bad for me. We got the Bonecrusher in exile to replace the one that might die, so. Yeah, I mean, every turn the Tybalt's on the battlefield is drawing us 2 cards, so I'll take this trade. Just flashback to Levidart. Flashback to Levidart. You know, that's the play. You've set this up. If you stop now, you're a coward, opponent. How long do you think Tybalt gets hotfixed? I honestly have no idea. I don't know that it will. I don't know that it won't. I'm making no claims about what Wizards of the Coast will decide to do about the situation. Yeah, I couldn't tell ya. Yeah, munching on the Sprite Dragon is what I was thinking of. Because I got Bonecrusher to go on the ground. They still need to use a burn spell to get rid of my Tybalt, and then we have the backup Tybalt. So I feel like this is just going to put them so far behind in like a very definitive way that this time I'll risk the Tybalt. We already have the backup one, so really not... I can even play the Sprite Dragon out here and still have Mystical Dispute ready to go. So... Oh, that doesn't do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just... I don't have Mystical Dispute up. We'll be fine. It's fine. Non-stop punts. This is why we don't 5-0. 4-1. Plenty of 4-1s. But no 5-0s here. I 5-0'd off stream playing Niv Mizzet in this economy, which was pretty sweet. But I did play against 3 burn decks and black-red mid-range, so... Indatha. Yeah, that's the Ardent Triome. Zagoth. That's Sultai. Black, green, blue. Zagoth, Indatha, Raugrin, Ketria, and... Jeez, I can't remember the last one. Must not see a lot of play. White, green... No, that's Indatha. I got all 3 blue ones. Oh, Mardu. Sultai. Salty. Savvy. Savvy's the stupid name for it. Savvy. Savai. Savai. Lava dart. No, my Tybalt! Felled by a dart. Et tu, lava dart? Mr. Maple Syrup, we got emotes coming. I can preview them on stream if you want to see what they're going to look like. The first 4 at least. We'll block here, force them to lava dart again if they want. You'd like to see a preview of my incoming emotes. Tybalt stubbed his toe. Oh no, my Sprite Dragon. Opponent's down to 1 land. So Spell Pierce is what they could have here, but I'll take that. I've got Dispute. I like your funny words, Magic Man. I love that. Oh, such a great show. I know you were mentioning the other day that you went back and rewatched a bunch of it, but good lord, Clone High is just the best. Oh, it's so freaking good. I'm the Pusher! You know who played the Pusher? I bet you can guess, but if you can't, I will help you out. But, god damn it. The guest stars they got, unfreaking real. Teferi. Here's the Spell Pierce, so they did have it. It's okay, I had to dispute the whole time. Shh, 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 shh. Be quiet, little Izzet deck. Grown-ups are talking. Boing! Oh, Blitz. Have you watched any of it yet? Because you remember the push-up is also the rock star that shows up and does the motivational talk at the school. What does Silundi Visions dig for? Instants and sorceries, which I guess is like Violent Outburst and little else. I mean, we do have to find an answer for this Swiss beer. I guess Sprite Dragon is not the worst. Oh, we've got Gut Shot, too. I want to cycle that, so we'll just play this. I know we're tight on clock, but I feel pretty good about this game, so I'm not going to worry about it. It was Jack Black. It was Jack Black. Played Larry Hardcore, the rock musician who shows up and gives a motivational speech. I did it all. I even smoked pot once. What is it? Reefer? Mary Jane? Grass? I even smoked pot once. I was such a waste case. I probably would have smoked, I don't know, raisins if someone told me that they got you high. You can smoke raisins? I've always enjoyed ingesting raisins, but I've never thought of smoking them. Now I have, and I want to do it. Perhaps that scary-looking hooded fella hiding in the shadows knows where we can get some. Alright, bye, Robert. Yeah, I'm aware of the time. I mentioned it already. Cycle. Okay, Queller's good. Wait, why don't I just eat all the graveyards and then win? Yeah. So this seems like game. How many scoops? 2, please. Oh, 2 scoops. Oh. Oh, man. White, green, white. Omnath. Trigger. Misty Rainforest. Trigger. Okay. Lightning Bolt. Hey, I wonder if Tybalt's ult is good enough to win games. Anyone think it might be? Might be. Not sure if. How big is my Sprite Dragon about to be? Let's find out. You think we can one-shot them here? Oh, I guess I could have just gone all on the kill them plan. I didn't really think about it. I mean, I can't bolt them 20 times. They're not free, right? I'm just going to play Teferi and kill him next turn. Metamorphose is free. Yeah, it is. I'm just going to hit him for 8, plus my Teferi, and then pass the turn. Like, I don't... I know I get free mana from Man, is it enough if I fetch? It is, isn't it? Alright, if I can stop it here. Yeah, I could. Alright. So, shock this guy. We go stomp, stomp. Yeah. Got shot. Oh, I'll pay by shocking myself. Have they conceded? Is that why this choking? Yeah, okay, my clock's started to stop going down. Alright, I'll be back in half a second, and we'll go to the next round. Oh. Alrighty. Some might say too many ways to eat that Reese's. Not me, though. I love options. Oh, yeah. What does Tybalt sound like?
Ugh, I feel like death. I leave you in good hands. A little chaos never hurt anyone. Fine then. I'll leave. I was bored anyway. Have fun with my minions. I cherish your pain. New tortures are needed. Ow! That hurt. I revel in your rage. Give me all you've got. Embrace the pain. I would be honored to break your mind. That's it. Game over. Oh, they're so cute. Have you ever watched someone writhe in agony? It's beautiful. It seems I have been outplayed. Life is pain. Let's dance.
He's all right. Not upset about it. Generic smarmy anime dubbed and yeah. It's no Mark Hamill, but you know, obviously they couldn't afford that. So we've got turn 2. We're on the draw. We got Force blue card. Yeah, this is about as good as it gets, huh? All right. Kai Calbuquerque is our opponent. Ah, more burn. Excellent. Yep. Can't even afford good quality control. Shots fired. B. Michael Chan has opinions. Alright. That's problematic. Although we only take 2 to play the Tybalt, and we have an Omnath to follow it, assuming we hit all our land drops. So maybe... No, burn is very good right now. I'm not exactly sure why, but burn put more copies into the Saturday top 8 than this deck did. Admittedly, this is a much newer deck, but still, Burn's still here. This is green, then I have red. Okay. We need our mana to come together pretty nicely if we want to get to this Omnath, but we'll worry about that when we can. We're going to exile their Eidolon, and then I suppose we could end up playing it. But yeah, it turns out one of the things you can do this deck is just kill it. Okay, so we'll need red mana if we want to do another Outburst, but whatever. Alright. Boing! Alright. We're getting rid of the Eidolon, and if they try to kill our Tybalt with a spell, we can fight them with Force of Negation, so let's hope that they don't. If they had had a Goblin Guide or a Swift Spear so far, they would have played it on turn 1 instead of the Lava Spike. So let's assume they're on a very creature light hand. Riftbolt in exile? Sure. That's not problematic in any way. I guess if they upkeep the burn spell on Tybalt, that will be the best way for them to play this. So let's see if they are that smart. They were not. Survey says denied. Go to hell. Go to hell. Eat my shorts. Go to hell. Dad, I will never get tired of this gift. Land. No land. But we could play Boros Charm to make our permanents indestructible until end of turn. Won't save our Tybalt, but we can do it, and it's neat. I could play Valki here and try to go after their hand. I guess I'm not playing anything else, so why not? Yeah. Not likely to hardcast it. Riftbolt, Sunbait Canyon. All right, so they're going to hardcast the Riftbolt plus Riftbolt the Tybalt, but we're we're in a pretty good spot after this point if that's what they choose to do. They might just go after my face here. Let's see. If I were them, I might just go all upstairs. But yeah, no, that's what they're doing. That's I don't I respect that. Opponent knows what they're here to do. They're here to kill me. They drew a Lava Spike. That's a yikes. The last card in their hand I know is Rift Bolt. Strange that they would sit on it. Oh, they knew I had a Teferi in exile, but they want to crack their Sunbaked Canyon. Okay, I see what happened. So we can Omnath next turn. Not in a helpful way. So the best thing we can probably do on this turn cycle is just play Mystical Dispute on something on their turn. If they suspend the Rift Bolt, we get to play Teferi and eat it. So we just sit. I can attack, but if they top deck a Swift Spear, I'd like to be able to block it. Yeah, Lightning Helix is what I was really hoping to rip off the top of their deck, but we didn't get it yet. When it was the Boros Charm, I thought it might be. Yeah, they just draw. Not unexpected. So from this point on, I mean, having their Rift Bolt pinned down is like not the worst thing in the world. Sack the Sunbaked Canyon here. What is this? Oh, they just hard cap the Rift Bolt. All right. 3 for 3. I'll take that trade. 3 for 3 mana for cards. So this should buy me enough time to get this Omnath. I need to find red mana, preferably for no damage. Wow, we are not hitting a lot of lands. We have gotten 2 of their Eidolons out of their deck. Next turn, we can downtick Tybalt. So all I need is Omnath, play a land. So let's play Teferi. Then we become the burn deck. That's the plan. Yeah, I'm just drawing with this. I don't care. Oh, I meant to... No, we can play that as a land still and gain life with Omnath. Omnath doesn't care if it's a double face card. So this is good. We can turn this into the Raugrin Triome. So they need to do the full amount of damage this turn. Once they sack... Oh, okay. It's just not possible. Got it. Cool. We won. Yeah, we won a lot of different ways. I like having lost to burn so many times that my brain just like solves, like, they've got 3 mana. What's the most damage they could do? 7. It's 7. It's 7. Unless they have multiple, like, unless they have more cards in hand, then it's 9. But usually they don't. Oh, and we drew the fetch lands. This is super duper over. GG! Omnath just wants to give you a hug, burn deck. Why don't you love me? I gotta just plus my Tybalt, and then next turn exile their graveyard and kill them. Yeah, there's no wrong way to play this. No, it's not at all, Mike. I will firmly disagree with you. Playing around the best and worst case scenarios against burn is exactly what you do all the time. Like you'll be like, okay, they've got 2 cards. What's the least amount of damage or most amount of mana it could cost them? And then what's the reverse of that? I love beating up on burn. I love beating up on burn. All right. So they're going to have Roiling Vortex now. Mystical Dispute. While Mystical Dispute did show itself to be reasonable there, don't need that. And probably don't need Bonecrusher generally. Yeah, I think that's maybe the way it feels sometimes. Time to wear and tear. Thank you. Thank you. And Skyclave is the other thing I wanted. Uro for theoretical life gain. I don't think we need Hour, and I don't think we need Verdict. So... how's my blue count? It's fine. Not great. I feel like Silundi Visions is so medium minus, but I don't know what I get to keep for it. Probably not anything great. A Verdict, but Bonecrusher is like a weird. No. Brazen Borrower can be. Brazen Borrower being able to bounce anything is kind of nuts. It's really good sometimes. Single blue to bounce a Blood Moon or a Magus of the Moon is like really important for this deck. I mean, Bonecrusher's fine, but yeah, maybe I don't have enough ways to deal with like an early Goblin Guide. So let's bring that back. I have not enjoyed the Silundi Visions yet, and 26 lands plus 4 Simian Spirit Guides makes this feel really excessive to me. Oh, no. Wear Tear is not... I mean, it is for Eidolons, but it's also for Roiling Vortex. Same with Vraska. Roiling Vortex is a beast of a card. Turns off our life gain and makes us take 5 to put a Tybalt into play? No, thank you. So, I have double white. I have a 4-split new blue card, and I have a Valki. It's not great. They take a mull. We will also take a mull. Oh, that's much better. I'll keep this one. This one's fine. Judge? Any? What? This one. I want this one. Now, I would remind myself not to jam both these Gemstone Caverns, but I only have one. Thank God. Thank God. Can we remember that I won that game, by the way? This deck is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I basically mulled to 4 with what I did with the Gemstones. Because I only got to keep one of them, and I lost 4 cards out of my hand for that. That is insane. Draw land. Bonecrusher. All right, fine. Fine. I can't have it literally all. Loverboard B, I've said it before tonight, and I'm sure I'll say it again, but I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I think if they do anything, they will change how Cascade interacts specifically with modal double-faced cards. I mean, it depends on how you phrase it. I think they can change the way that those two mechanics interact. I think that is entirely possible. Yeah, the hotfix for Companion is a good precedent. I mean, it's not a good precedent, but it is a precedent that relates very cleanly to what may happen here. Tybalt dies to a Goblin Guide, as it should be. All right. Get a new Tybalt, plus it, plus put a Goblin Guide out as a blocker. Seems good. The way I want to do that is with a Plains. Or I feel that Sylvan Library has had a million different wording updates too, and for anyone who has opinions on that, like many of them have functionally changed the card. All of the wishes were functionally changed when they added the Exile Zone, which I'm still very salty about. Not that it matters much, and I don't even play formats where it's legal, but it just drives me nuts that they were just like, you know what? Burning Wish and Cunning Wish, fuck you. In particular, you are not allowed to wish for yourself anymore, so eat a D. Just chomp on a big D. Go nuts. Teeth and everything. We just exiled a mountain off the top of their deck when they're failing to draw lands. Love it. Yeah, yes, that is... Oh, Sylvan Library, why do you do the things you do? We'll never know. Guess you'll be seeing the Wish cycle in Modern Horizons. Now, that's an interesting ad I haven't heard anyone talk about. Huh. I like that. I like that. I like the Wishes being in Modern. That'd be fun. I don't think it would be too broken. Maybe it would be. That is an insanely good draw. Well, looks like this one's just about over. All lands. Oops. Wow. And we're going to get to Spell Queller the Vortex on the way back down. Goodbye, opponent. What? Oh, what is that from? Good night, Irene. With that super nerdy white dude with glasses. Fuck. Anyone? Good night, Irene. Well, I fold. Nothing? Oh, it's definitely from something. But that's vague enough that I'm only going to remember it in a couple of years when I see it again, whatever it is. It seems so Office Space to me. I don't think that's what it is. Have you had enough, opponent? Or do you enjoy having an upkeep stop on my turn? Maybe they like it. Maybe they like remembering when they had a Roiling Vortex. Those were good times for them. I could exile my own Spell Queller with Tybalt right now, and they wouldn't get their spell back. It would just go into exile and I'd be able to cast it again. That is almost worth doing here. That's insane. Good lord. This deck is not okay. This deck is not okay. Is it definitely worth doing now that I have a backup? It is, right? Because, exiling both graveyards is just not relevant yet. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I would like another counterspell, please. You may cast that. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Teferi. Oh, jeez. Oh, that is so awkward. I am so sorry. I didn't even realize. Huh. And you learn something new every day. I don't think Cascade needs to be changed, but I would appreciate if they found a way to change Cascade Tybalt. But, I mean, it took a while for everyone to get over Neobrand, and I guess technically speaking we never have, and I think it should be banned. So I don't object to a similar treatment being assigned to this interaction. I would appreciate it, but then I would also like them to cut Neobrand out with just banning Allosaurus. They don't need to change how Neoform or Eldritch Evolution work. Just ban the fucking Allosaurus Rider. It's an abomination. It needs to go. It doesn't need to go. It should go. I don't like what it does. All right. You could shoot my Planeswalker with this opponent. Okay. They just don't care anymore, huh? All right. Opponent's getting tricksy. You'd rather have Trickery go. I mean, Trickery, I haven't seen Trickery since this deck took off. Trickery is just not a factor anymore, though. That's the thing. So they could kill me next turn? Oh, that's unpleasant. I guess I could just rinse and repeat my Tybalt line. Probably should, huh? You haven't seen Neobrand either. That's fair. That's fair. I think I'm going to rinse and repeat my Spell Queller line, because it's disgusting. It's disgusting, right? Did I just, like... I didn't even realize this was something this deck could do, but this is obnoxious. This is so powerful. I guess I could scout their hand first, but I don't. Do I care? No, I just exile my Spell Queller again and just not lose. Alright. Nope. Denied! And now we're going to Ardent into another Tybalt and white. Yeah. Ardent into another Tybalt and plus that one. Swing first. Why am I swinging? I don't want to swing. I don't want to swing. Why would I swing? I don't want to swing. They have a Goblin Guide. Not only do I not want to give them mana, but I don't. Why not get the... Oh, with the Spell Queller. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. You can always count on me to miss any and all kill the opponent lines. I'm not concerned with winning by killing my opponent. I'm just going to wait until they concede. That's how I play every game of Magic. This is a lie. I don't have burn spells in my deck, so I don't think about my opponent's life total. I mean, I saw that it was 13, but I should have hit them for 3 there. You guys are right. It's a slightly delayed Jackie Chan. But I didn't go and read the chat in your deck. It's true. It's true. Obviously, there's a lot of burn spells in my opponent's deck. Yeah, see? No, see? See? No. See? Swinging was playing their game. If we attack them, we're lowering ourselves to their level. I don't want to do that. We're not. This is not what we're about here. You brought this to the tournament? No. I brought this to the tournament. I'm playing 2 60-card decks. Do you know how demanding this is, opponent? Why did you deny me of the joy? Is that a different one? Because I have the best yoink, but...
Yoink!
Oh no, that's just you. Yeah, I got it. There's also a really good Bart yoink that I started... that I isolated and I need to grab from my soundboard. And there's a good snake one too. Yoink! Oh, well, turn 1 Cascade, huh? We could also turn 1 Teferi and turn 2 Cascade. Oh no, we're on the play. I'm an idiot. Turn 2 is probably good enough. Plus, we could turn 2 the Teferi, turn 3 the Spirit Guide. Keep. Opponent puts in Gemstone Caverns. Man, looking suspicious? No, it's good. I got green, red, blue, white. No? Can I? You're right. So I need to find red if I want to do it in the order I said. Fair enough. Good catch, Mike. If I want to play Teferi and then Violent Outburst, I need to find a red mana. Godless Shrine. Give reference. Well, this could be really good for us. We are just going to jam Violent Outburst here against taxes. Your special eyes, Michael. And we're going to exile their giver, I think. Are we? No, we just plus the Tybalt, right? Pretty sure we get the Tybalt, we plus the Tybalt. Because then the next turn we go to... No, probably should just exile the giver. There's just no way... Eldrazi taxes, Dead Guy Ale, Black-White taxes if you prefer. These are all reasonable variations of this deck. I think we have to exile the Giver, and then the worst thing that could happen to us is they play Thalia, but Thalia's not gonna beat. Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest problem for them is they didn't lead on Thoughtseize, right? Which I'm sure means they didn't have it, but my brain. Were you there while someone else was talking about that? I just was in a chat where someone was talking about that. You were not. Okay. I didn't know anything about it. Apparently it was a very popular commercial. Oh, but if they play Thalia, we play Giver to block it. Doy. I know which chat I was in, but it was a Paper Mario streamer, so I don't think most people here would have been there, but he was talking about that. And yes, it's an A-tier commercial, but the way he was talking about it, I thought it was like a real commercial where they were talking about like, it's like oh honey, they won't have your brand, and like, but the version that actually came up when they were like seriously talking about it was like super over the top, hilarious, gratuitous, like, oh my god, it was so fucking funny. All right, Hammer Time's a little more worrisome with the hand we have right now, but so we flip their Silent Clearing, a Mystical Dispute, and we still have their Giver. So I can play Teferi, or I can play Giver. I'm going to play Teferi this turn, and then if they kill my Teferi next turn, we play Teferi and Giver. They put Colossus Hammer in their hand. Bouncing Stoneforge makes them spend the most mana. They do get to find another hammer, but if they don't have a Sigarda's Aid yet, it doesn't help them. Because basically, the way this game is going to go down is this is going to be all about managing their creatures. So if they have Sigarda's Aid Hammer already, they can pick off my Tybalt. If they... I think bouncing the Stoneforge is the best thing to do here, because I can't deal with both their creatures and I can't put out enough blockers. Plus this will draw me a card. May live to regret this, but we'll see. Okay. We're looking for a very specific chunk of our deck. Also, we need them not to have... Yeah, they have their best card. Double Hammer? Double Hammer kill me? Nope. Opponent? Opponent? Opponent. There's Teferi in play. There's a Teferi in play, opponent. Opponent. Is it... Okay. Whoops. I'm sure they won't regret that. Maybe they didn't have the hammer. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they didn't have the hammer. This time they get Shadow Spear. Okay, so now they have 2 pieces of free equipment. One of which gives Trample. We're just infinitely Teferi flooded. So, while I could Tybalt to... while I could Tybalt to remove Memnite, play Teferi, bounce the stone... Oh, sorry. Tybalt to remove the Stoneforge, play Teferi, bounce the Memnite. And also play Giver of Runes. Then we lose our Tybalt that way. If I plus Tybalt, is there any chance that I get to keep it? Probably not, right? Probably not. So, but at this point, if we just keep keeping this game going, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot, I assume. You would uptick because you have a gambling problem. Fair enough. How bad is this? Well, we could just die. That's too risky for me, unfortunately. Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood. Unfortunately, I can't get behind that play. Yeah, but they have a Shadow Spear in their hand, Mike, which gives trample. So that's really not good enough. So they could have had 12-13 trample lifelink Memnite. Now they can kill me with Inkmoth Nexus. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we got to draw right now. Because they can animate, equip, and reanimate. Although if they screwed up against the Teferi... animate, give it... no? Okay. No, they just stop themselves from being able to win. Again. Interesting. Well, we didn't draw anything particularly useful, but if they don't understand how their Colossus Hammer works, we could get away with this. Do I want to search my library for an equipment? Sure. Rats. I should have packed for this matchup. Okay, so we can also hardcast Mystical Dispute on their hammer, though. It just depends on how this combat goes. What they should do is go animate Inkmoth next. So shit. Okay. Oh no, this is gonna work out for us. Okay. Oh. Oh, they're going the slow way, huh? Are they? No. Okay, I still have a Teferi. FYI. Just letting you know. There's the hammer. So we can just counter that with our clearly visible counter. Maybe they'll have a second one. Because unfortunately, because they have the cranial plating, that's still flying. See him kill my Teferi. Nope. All right. So we got to reduce their artifact count by 1. You don't need to counter it. Sigarda's Aid would snap it onto the Inkmoth, and they would kill me. They could also give it flying again. No, you can give it flying again. I mean, I'm not going to count on them making that mistake. I mean, yes, they could have. Like, they made a mistake like that already, but... yeah, that's how that works. I've done it to people on stream. Alright, we're just dead here. Just too many dead draws. It's rough to lose the game 1. Oh, Inkmoth is really good. We just flooded out on Teferis, unfortunately. Yeah, huge tracts of land. Yeah. I mean, I took all the lines that maximized my ability to live here, and we just lost for it. It's fine. I mean, hopefully they have another hammer, but then they don't equip Shadow Sphere, which seems unlikely. Yeah, just dead. All right. Good. Yeah, they're attacking me. All right, just dead. All right. Inkmoth Nexus. Such a good card. Such a good card. You became the nail. I did. So Bonecrusher be good. Kolaghan's Command be nuts. Vraska. Wear Tear. Maybe Verdict. I think I didn't bring in the Verdict last time. I was pretty happy about it. Force. I think I'm under the impression that if I manage their creatures well enough, I won't need that. And then we go... one Teferi and one Queller. I think I kept the Teferi and the Queller last time, and I didn't bring in the Verdicts. Teferi plus Verdicts. Oh, Skyclave. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Skyclave is definitely better, and then we'll take the Verdict and we'll keep the Teferi. Good catch, y'all. I like Verdict, but it's just so slow against a deck that can kill you very quickly. Same with Hour of Promise. I can't feel okay with keeping yeah. Yeah, and it's just so taxing on the mana too. Like, I mean, Skyclave is questionable as is. Yeah. Yeah, I was questioning it, Mike, but I think my plan, generally speaking, is to manage their creatures. So yeah, it's good to stop their equipment. It's good to stop Sigarda's aid. But I think if they have turn 1 Deafening Silence, we could get fucked up with this hand. I love Beer Clock. Opponent mulls to 5. Yeah, they're digging deep for the Deafening Silence. Or Thoughtseize, I guess. So. I'm going to keep the Triome in my hand and get the Raugrin Triome here so that... Oh, I need green. There's a third Triome in my deck. There's Abzan. There's the Sultai Triome. So Sultai Triome plus Simian Spirit Guide plus Island gets me the Violent Outburst, and then I could cycle that later. I have bounce spells. I agree. I mean, it's fine. I just don't have any of them here. Is dispute relevant here? Yeah, I think I meant to sideboard it out, and I just didn't. Oh, okay. Well, game's starting the same way it did last time, so let's do better this time. But they mulled to 5 this time, so... Turns out my opponent got sacked by the knowledge of what I was on. Yeah, because I need the green. Yeah. Do you think ticking up Tybalt is better this time? So the problem with that is that if they're able to resolve a more relevant creature, I then no longer have the choice to downtick on it because Giver will give it protection. So I don't know. I think because they're on low resources, I think it's doubly worth taking away their one creature because they already have so little going on. Yeah. The other thing is, like, if I plus and then they go, okay, Sigarda's Aid, hammer, kill your Tybalt, it's like, oops. So, yeah. Giver is specifically gifted in being a pain in the butt. Oh, they have red mana. They had black mana last game and Thoughtseize? It's an incredibly risque opponent. So, ooh, I like that build. Oh, I like your stuff, opponent. It's such a shame I'm going to have to kill you. Alright. They brought in Path to Exile. What? Alright. You had my attention. Now you have my interest. Bounce. Boing. Shindig by oh, Cowbell's good stuff. Cowbell's got good stuff. I'll tell you that Cowbell, they got the good stuff. Oh, we're getting so thought seized. Oh. Ow! The technology! Oh, that is such a shame for you. Oh my god. That is so not even close to good enough. Wow. Yay! Card's not so good when it comes down after the Tybalt. Alright, let's get this Mystical Dispute out of my deck. I goofed and I missed it. Is Rough Tumble? No, okay. So that dude has 3 toughness, huh? Alright. Maybe because they brought in that kind of stuff, we will need these verdicts. I guess I'm cutting another Spell Queller. They're not really for this matchup, so what if I cut both of them? And I also bring in... So Lavinia is interesting, because all their 0 drops get countered by this. So Bauble and... Ornithopter Memnite. No, I know it's not good enough. I'm just saying it's one of those things where you're like, I guess Uro as the one of seems good. Life gain could be a giant blocker. Card draw. I think Ego would be very silly. Not a good choice. Same with Ashiok. They just are too likely to come down way after they should have been relevant. Silundi Vision? I don't even think it's particularly good at all. Oh, it's still in my deck. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have anything that would be like Force. Maybe instead of Uro, I could have a second Force. Yeah, we're on the draw now. Yeah. In fact, on the draw, I almost want the third Force. Maybe just take out the Omnath. Because, like, if I need to force a turn 1 Deafening Silence or force a turn 3 or 4 Hammer, could keep me in the game. Because these are all pretty grindy cards. Alright, let's go like this. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see about that, Mike. It's been a good league, though. Lots of exciting gameplay. Turn 2 Violent Outburst yet again. Sure. And then worst case scenario, we go turn 2 Teferi. My opponent take a mulligan? No, they can't snap their 7. Alright. I think we're keeping this. It's really sketchy. We can do better than this. Turn 3 Teferi doesn't work here. Good. Yeah. So if they Draneth Magistrate on 2, we're just shut out with this hand. This is better for infinite reasons. It does not have a quick plan to do anything. But I think we go keep this bottom island, exile... No, bottom force, exile island to Gemstone. We have 8 Cascade in our spell. Play a slow fair game. No. I think I'd rather not. We have 8 Cascade spells in our deck. We get to play Valki on turn 2 here. So the worst thing that could happen to me right now is Thoughtseize. And that's not even too bad. Duress. Whoo! Oh, that was tremendous. Big fan of that one. Thank you very much, opponent. Also a fan of that one. Also a fan of that one. Top deck. Just what I need. Remember, folks, don't bother trying to be good when you could just be lucky. We're taking the Magistrate. Pure Steel, they can play the Shadow Spear and then we'll bounce the Pure Steel. Take the Paladin. Why? You can always bounce the Magistrate later. Sure. Alright. It's not doing anything. Oh, I guess so. But I don't... Then every end step I have to think, am I going to Borrower this now? And then I have to top... If I top deck the Cascade spell, I can't bounce. And... All right. Sure. Whatever. They're on nothing. Wait till you draw. Well, I guess. I don't know, but they can so quickly not be on nothing, right? I mean, I guess the Pure Steel is the enabler for like all their nonsense, right? So it's pretty good to have them at this point. Pure Steel is one of the enablers. Also, they have Sigarda's Aid, but then we got that one covered. If they attack, I can make my Valki into a Pure Steel Paladin. This is not a sorcery. Yeah. Okay. Cranial Plating. Sure. Play the plating. Sure. So if I get Indatha Triome, my colors are covered. Opponent did not realize I could do the thing. Bonk. Free block from their free attack. All right, what do you got? Another Borrower. Okay. So now we're gonna pivot a little bit. So if they equip this, they can attack me for 2. Which I would not be able to block profitably. So we're going in here, and then if they equip the plating... Yeah. I've seen the upside of Paladin. I don't know if you were here for the earlier game where we hard cast to equip a Colossus Hammer to a Simian Spirit Guide. So like, we've been doing the nuts. So we can bounce the Magistrate now because I have a backup Borrower. I think this is pretty safe. This also means I get the Borrower into exile. Because we can't let it connect with Shadow Spear. That's going to make the whole racing thing we've put together here not effective. If we draw Omnath, it would be nice to have this fetch land, but I boarded out the Omnath. I boarded out the Omnath because I decided it was too slow, which was correct. I have double white. I don't need triple white. I don't need, but Raugrin Triome kind of gets all the colors I want the best. All right. Hitting more lands is actually not the end of the world right now, because we can dump another Brazen Borrower. Well, we can dump our Brazen Borrower into play. Then when they attack with the Magistrate, we can bounce it again. And that's if they spend all the mana to equip both equipment, and or we can wear the Shadow Spear, because the life gain is what matters by far the most. So we might just steal this game with damage, which is weird. Which I know earlier I was saying, like, I constantly miss the kill them lines. And it's true. I definitely do that. That is, I can't cast this from exile if you resolve that card. 5-color tempo. You know it, baby! Hehe! Get tempoed. Yeah, we also now have enough mana to do that, which is great. I guess if they equip the Shadow Spear, that's kind of frustrating here. But they'll take a damage to do it. We could bounce the Magistrate and crack them for 5. So they go to 12, get cracked for 5, and then the second Borrower would kill them. So if I bounce this now, crack them for 5, then if they replay and re-equip next turn, they just die. We could use the wear on the Shadow Spear, but I don't need to do that now. And I do... It behooves me to put this Brazen Borrower into exile by bouncing this, and if they play it again, we play the Borrower, and we have 6 in the air when they're at 6. I put in Raugrin, so I'll put in Bringing Pool? As Forest or for Island here would be fine. I did not bring in the arrow. I have access to black and multiple ways. Oh, let's get that. So I'm going to bounce the Magistrate, crack them for 5, then they go to 7. If they tap the Silent Clearing, which they would need to do, yeah. Right, but if they don't, they're also in trouble. Am I right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're in trouble either way. Yeah, exactly. I agree that they could do that, Mike. I just feel like they're definitely going to lose the game in that case. I could have got Tybalt, played the Shadow Spear, and drawn a card before combat, but I wouldn't be equipping it. Oh no, I still have a land drop. Remember Vendilion Clique? I remember. Downtick on plating and play it? Sure, that seems good. Because then we have the Wear Tear for the Shadow Spear. Yeah. No, I know it draws me a card, which is part of the reason I'm incentivized to take one of their equipment. Gives me +1/+1, still not enough to win. What? Hold on. Sorry, I just need to... Yeah, because I don't need the life gain. And I want them to spend 2 to equip it, if they so choose. Trigger. The number one reason I would never want to play that deck is they have no creatures with haste. I mean, they have Inkmoth, but oh my god. Like, just being in this kind of position where you just get tempoed out as an aggro deck is just, like, so brutal. It happens to burn, but, like, much more rarely. Same with Prowess. I think Mono Red Prowess is, like, the most aggressive deck I've enjoyed playing in the last little while. The first time I played against this deck with the Tybalt's Cascade plan and like Bonecrushers and Brazen Borrowers, this is what happened to me in game 1, and I was like, oh my god. Hammer Time is just faster and more fragile Bogles. It's Infect. Infect is a much more... I feel like Infect is a much more apt comparison. Raging Goblin does have a really good flavor text. He raged at the world, at his family, at his life, but mostly, he just raged. Thinking about Hasters. Hasters do be great, though. Hasters be great. Okay. They found another card that costs them life. Now they can't equip the Shadow Spear, which is, I guess, not too relevant. No, because I can equip Cranial Plating. Oh, I found something. Oh, the Ancient Grudge cringe flavor text. If there's anything a werewolf hates, it's a collar, especially Avacyn's collar, the symbol of her church. The collar is the symbol of her church because Avacyn wears a collar. It's Avacyn's collar because Avacyn is the angel that wears it, and she founded a church. The symbol of her church is, of course, her collar. Yay! So that's 2 4/1s in the same day with this deck. What do I have to say for myself? The thing is, this pile is busted. This deck is busted. It's busted. This deck is busted. It's insane. You know what the hardest matchup with this deck is? The mirror match. There's no hate card versus these decks that really works. So against this version, Deafening Silence is better than the Jund one. But the Jund one has Bloodbraid Elf. Thalia is maybe one of the best ones because it also is a good main deck card for humans and taxes. One on effective Multifor, an accidental one too, against red-blue Prowess, which theoretically should be one of the best decks to kill us. Play format staple Nyx. Nyx is in the proposed sideboard of the next deck. Which I'm going to need a little help brewing if y'all want to help me out in a second here. So we're going to try to do that. But just wrapping up on this one. The sideboard plan here is wild and difficult, and I'm not exactly sure the purpose of all these cards. Like, the Kolaghan's Command is kind of crazy, but that definitely did its job a couple times. So... sideboard is all over the place. But I think it also is kind of neat because you can never Meddling Mage this sideboard. I played against 2 human players so far, and all their Meddling Mages basically missed. Or were completely ineffectual because the split of our cards is so broad a lot of the time. So yeah, good deck. This is one of the things that bothers me the most about this. I wish it was like 3 Omnaths. I think that's what I would want to do. Hour was good a couple times, but Omnath being a non-creature spell is really good, and the life gain is really good against burn. I have been crushing burn with a bunch of different decks that play Omnath, and I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah, great deck. Cave Dan, awesome performance. And clearly well constructed. Silundi Visions is another card that I'm just not super high on here, so Winsauce is playing timely since your hardest matchups are aggro. Yeah, I guess so. Although, I mean, my hardest matchups have been other control players playing these kind of decks, right? So I have not had much of a problem against burn or humans or etc. I know they could be problematic, but I think, I mean, Teferi just solves so many problems. Bonecrusher, Brazen Borrower, Bonecrushers, they're so good. So, anywho, we are about to move on to a very new, crazy Teamer grinding dwarf deck. So stick around for that, and there's going to be a short brewing session before we move
Meanwhile,
on. I'm going to throw on some tunes, and for everyone who's in the future on the YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any other videos that you're interested in. All sorts of fun stuff happening on the Mana Symbol channel, going up daily, basically. And if you want to see me live, you can always go to www.twitch.com/manasymbol, CYMBAL, like the instrument. Live 8 till late, usually 5 nights a week or so. All right, let's see. This is the one we're listening to. All right. Nyx can hit the Valky's cannon, 15 free counter spells. Yeah, you'd have to. I don't know. You'd have to run through some more of the pros and cons of both of them. I think Nyx is super narrow, right? Whereas Blue Blast is a little more broad. Blue Blast also gets Dread Horde. Dreadhorde's pretty big right now, I think. I think Blue Blast has to be the answer, right? Blue Blast is suspicious to bring in against Rogue Delver. Yeah, I suppose so. You were not wrong on that. Oh, Nyx also hits some forces, huh? Yeah, Echoed Eons, things cast off of Omniscience. If everything goes to hell when you're playing against Show and Tell. Alright.
Meanwhile,
So let's take a look at this nonsense. So this is the Grinding Dwarf deck. I mean, I think I could probably